Live from Overland Park, Kansas, you're watching Leavenworth Baseball on PTV. Today, we bring to you the first round of playoff action as the Leavenworth Pioneers host the Pittsburg Dragons in this regional. I'm David Kemp bringing you all the play-by-play here today. Pioneers have Pierce Gray on the mound. Pioneers playing as the host team. They're the 5 seed in this region. So if you watched our Bonner Springs live stream, you know that the stakes addressed in that game was a potential bid at a bout with Lansing. However, following St. Thomas Aquinas' upset loss to Rockhurst on Friday afternoon, they fell all the way into the 4 seed, bringing Lansing up to the 3rd seed in 5A Kansas East. And now the Pioneers have been assigned to the Overland Park Regional. So the stakes of this matchup, we start things off with a game against the Pittsburg Dragons, who come into this one with a 10-2 record. They are on the tail of 3 straight victories, and so they'll look to continue some of that momentum here today. Winner of this matchup will face the winner of Washington versus St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas Aquinas being the back-to-back defending 5A state champion. Pierce Gray on the mound for the Pioneers. Christian Krogan steps into the batter's box from the rubber, and we are underway from Johnson Community College. First pitch from Gray is outside for ball 1. The 1-0 offering in there for a called strike. Pioneers around the diamond. They've remained pretty consistent all year as Gray delivers the 1-1. Low for ball 2. Phillips takes the bag at first with Anthony Giamalva at second, Frankie Giamalva at short, and Noah Davis manning the hot corner. Swing and a miss evens the count now. From left to right, Mason Shoemaker, Gabe Fryman, and Carter Pro, with Julian Simon being Pierce's battery mate. 2-2 fastball swung on and missed as he couldn't catch up to the heater. One gone out of the Pittsburgh order. Now batting is the shortstop, Cash O'Brien. Beautiful day here in Overland Park. 61 degrees at first pitch. Not a cloud in the sky over the field. You can see a few out in the distance as the first pitch from Gray misses outside. He has struggled with walks a little bit this year. 33 walks to just 26 strikeouts. But he does win more often than not, as the Pioneers do. 17-9 team record. Pierce Gray is responsible for 4 of those W's. He has a 4-3 record coming into this game. The 1-1 is outside, but it just caught the black to make it 1-2 for a called strike. Good job working that outer half of the plate, and he got the call from home plate umpire Shore. Gray fielding it himself on the chopper, and he will record out number 2 on the 1-3 putout. 2 gone just like that. And now Cole Hayden will step into the right-handed batter's box. Wearing that number 14 jersey. Dragons have the V-neck pullovers, no buttons on those. Wearing the road lavender purple, kind of like those old-fashioned 80s powder blues. But these fit with their school colors a little bit better. First pitch fouled back our way. Pioneers, if they can advance, I assume they'd be in their road grays facing St. Thomas Aquinas, unless Washington could pull out the upset of the year. For context, the Pioneers swept the doubleheader against Washington this season, as the next offering will come by a score of 15-0 and 18-0 against the Wildcats. Meanwhile, St. Thomas Aquinas is the back-to-back state champions. And so, Pioneers looking forward to that matchup. Of course, we got to take out Pittsburgh first on a little bit of a hot streak. 3-1, misses low for ball 4, and the 3-hole hitter will keep the inning alive with a 2-out walk. Last season, the Pioneers fell at the hands of St. Thomas Aquinas to end their season in the first round of the playoffs. 9-0 loss, but The Pioneers have improved 13-15 record to close the season last year, as the first offering to Bush misses wide. This year already a 17-9 clip. Gray keeping a close eye on that runner at first. He gets set chest high. From the stretch. This one out to Giammalva at second. Flip to his brother. That will do it for inning number 1. We'll go to the bottom half of the home first. Scoreless ball game. Jasai getting into the batter's box to lead things off for us today. Wearing that number 11 jersey in the pinstripes. Simon batting leadoff, followed by Anthony and Frank Giammalva due up to start the top of the first. Talking about Pittsburgh's hot streak a second ago, Pioneers are on one of their own. They've won 4 in a row, including W's against Topeka West, Turner, and Bonner Springs. They've also won 5 of 6. First offering of the ball game to the Pioneers is outside for ball 1. The 1-0 up and in. Simon had to lean out of the way. Would hate to get hurt in the first at bat of a doubleheader. This one chopped on the ground out to third. Short hop, fielded, throw on to first in plenty of time. 1 gone. Good play over there by Hayden to retire the speedy Simon. That's the kind of ball that can get up on you pretty quickly if you can't get the glove down. But clean scoop retires Simon, the Pioneers catcher. And now Anthony Giammalva gets a chance to bat. First pitch to Giammalva. Fouled away for strike 1. Anthony Giammalva sporting that 24 in the home pinstripes. As this one also gets fouled away. Just trying to get that swing timing right. He's popped both of them up too. 0-2. Retires him looking for strike 3. Backwards K in the scorebook for Anthony Giammalva. And just like that, there are 2 gone. Beck Fern looking electric here today. We'll get to see him at the plate in the next inning as he is due up to lead off. But for now, the Pioneers will look to keep this inning alive as the first pitch to Frankie Giammalva is ball one. 1-0 misses outside. A little bit of quick pitch going on from Beck Fern, trying to get in that rhythm. 2-0 on Giammalva. Watches a strike go by. Giammalva staying committed to the act of just sitting in there and making Beck Fern throw strikes. As this one gets swung on and missed. He has found the strike zone here late, though. Count is even here on a sunny day. Inside to make things full. Giammalva batting .386 on the year. He's hit 5 home runs as well. Big power threat in this Pioneer order. Payoff offering is outside for ball 4, and the 2-out walk keeps the inning alive for the Pioneers. In similar fashion to what happened to Pierce Gray in the top of the first, thankfully his defense behind him was able to finish things off in the top half. Pioneers are looking to punish Fern for his mistakes. Runner aboard with 2 gone. First offering to Davis makes it 1-0. Beautiful campus here at Johnson Community College. We had some monsoon weather last night. Lots of rainfall. Really the last 2 nights. Thankfully, the sky has cleared up in time for our ball game here today, but the dirt and grass fields natural surface at St. Thomas Aquinas had us move this ball game over to Johnson Community College as this one gets fouled off. JCCC has been the gold standard for JUCO baseball. They have been 5-time national champions, including 2008 and 2014, and a three-peat of recent years. Giammalva trying to take second. Throw is offline. He'll stay put right there. But the Pioneers get a runner in scoring position. But Johnson Community College, playoff baseball and JUCO underway. They're aiming for that 4th consecutive title as they took home the national championship in 2023, 24, and 2025. 2 balls and 1 strike on Noah Davis. Beck Fern. The motion inside. Wild pitch allows Frank Giammalva to advance 90 feet without a throw. And now the Pioneers have a runner at third with 2 gone. Who got there with 2 gone. The rally coming. The 3-1 is outside. The 2-out series will continue. And Gabe Fryman batting at a .553 clip going into this matchup will look to do what he's done so well all year and just put the ball in play. He's got the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Noah Davis sitting on first right now. First offering to Fryman, hit on the ground out to second. Flip to the shortstop in plenty of time, and Beck Fern escapes the 2-out jam. We go to the top of the second, scoreless here in Overland Park. Pierce Gray back on the hill for inning number 2. First offering from the Leavenworth righty is in there for a strike. Beck Fern taking a big hack at that one. He wanted every piece of that one. Another power swing had him spinning around like a top in that left-handed batter's box. Pioneer defense playing straight up, not really concerned about the pull threat. Count moves to 0-2. 1-2 offering. Swinging strike 3. Throw on to first in plenty of time. No balls and no strikes. Now stepping into the batter's box, Jason Owens. First pitch to Owens, a called strike. 0-1 offering. Misses wide. Gray's done a good job of pounding the zone here. He did have the one walk in the first, but he seemed to recover a little bit. Doing a good job of just throwing it in there and making them hit it. And so far, Pittsburgh has not really shown that they can. 2-2 on the starting designated hitter. Count moves even. Swinging strike 3 in the dirt. Simon applying the tag. And now there's 2 gone. Back-to-back drop third strikes. Good defensive play by Simon to apply the tag both times. And now Gray has 3 strikeouts on the day. Trying to make it 4 here on Kenton Peak, the starting first baseman. Big frame, number 44 on his back. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed to even the count. Maybe hoping for that Hank Aaron level pop with that number on his back. Pitch. Called. Strike 2. Gray looking to strike out the side. Foul tip. And Simon couldn't get the glove on it. Count moves to 1-2 on Kenton Peak. 1-2 offering called. Strike 3. He sends him down looking. And Pierce Gray strikes out the side. 1-2-3 go the Dragons. We go to the home second. Pioneers and Pittsburg Dragons tied at 0. Carter Pro getting things started here. In the bottom half of inning number 2, he watches one go by for strike 1. Leavenworth Pioneers left 2 aboard in the first. Both of them reached via the walk. This one gets skied out to right. back to the warning track and making a catch just about 2 or 3 steps shy of the dirt is Hinspetter. And just like that, there's one gone. Now stepping into the box is Davin Kuntz. Number 6 is starting the day at designated hitter for Justin Bodie. He's also spent some time in the outfield this year. Had a couple games behind the dish, giving Simon the day off. This one getting lined out to short. And now there's 2 away. Now stepping into the batter's box is the big 31, Aaron Phillips. The Max Clark batting gloves. Big stride. Has a bit of a closed stance. Feet even left in front of the right, just by a hair. Pioneers. Feels nice to get the bats going on a day like today. Suspected starter for St. Thomas Aquinas is the Georgia Comet, who throws 95. Pioneers last year got 1 hit against him. 0-2 to Phillips, almost hit him. Lone hit of that ball game coming off the bat of Oliver Rambo, who won't be in the lineup. Could come in as a courtesy runner, but that one will end this frame. No running needed for Oliver Rambo as Aaron Phillips goes down via the punch-out. That is the second of the day for Beck Fern. We go to the third. Scoreless baseball. David Kemp here in the booth bringing you play-by-play. We are in inning number 3. Leading off the top of the third is Landon Profits. He's the second baseman today. Looked flashy with the leather. First time getting a chance with the stick in his hands. First pitch from Gray is in there for a strike. Top of inning number 3. Gray has done a good job of working here today, as he has another 0-2 count. He struck out the side in top of the second. Pitch. Misses outside. Only blip on his resume so far was the 2-out walk to Cole Hayden. And if you're going to walk someone, might as well be the third spot in the order. Line drive out to second. Anthony Giamalva comes up with it. And just like that, there's one down. With one away and Anthony Giamalva's confidence probably up a little bit. Alex Hinspetter, the starting right fielder, getting his first chance to hit. First pitch called strike on the outside corner. home plate umpire. The last name Shore, as that one's inside. He hasn't been the worst. He's not really squeezed Gray at all. Definitely a pitcher's umpire, as that one gets swung on and missed. Absolutely disgusting off-speed pitch from 0. He's definitely a lot more likely to give Simon the frame job on that outside part of the plate. Check swing appeal down to first. Pioneer fans groaning in disapproval, as looked like he went around, but Hinspeter getting some grace from Blue. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the dirt makes the count full. Alex Hinspeter trying to flip the lineup card over. The payoff, swing and a miss. 4th strikeout in the last 5 PAs. And just like that, Pierce Gray has retired back-to-back hitters. With 2 gone and nobody aboard, Christian Krogan will get his second opportunity. He was one of those many strikeout victims of Gray back in the first inning. He went down swinging. The 1-0 called strike 1. From the windup, this one lined, and it will fall in the gap. Frank Giammalva couldn't quite turn on the afterburners to get under that one, and it will fall as the soft looper keeps the inning alive for the Dragons. 2-out base hit keeps things going. Gray trying to escape a little bit of traffic. He already did it in the first with the 2-out walk. Check down to first. Phillips almost got the tag on him. Runner aboard with 2 gone. First offering to Cash O'Brien is well off the plate. Next one is outside for ball 2. Gray walk to strikeout ratio has not been the best this year. Today, though, 1 walk to 5 Ks. So that's something that he has improved. But it is a part of his game to keep an eye on. Going into this matchup, 33 walks to 25 strikeouts. That ratio is now up to 34-30. As another check down to first. Gray knows that the Dragons pose a tough matchup, but if there's one aspect of their game that he's not going to let beat them, it's the base running. Called strike 2 again. Gray pounding that outside part of the plate. And if you're going to keep on getting that call, then you might as well keep going there. 2-2 pitch. This time wandered a little bit too far out of Shore's comfort zone as he calls ball 3 outside. Count is full. The 2-out offering is outside for ball 4. And just like that, a single and a 2-out walk puts 2 aboard for the Dragons. Julian Simon going out there to have a chat with his arm. Talking to Coach Thamer before the game, Pioneers head pitching coach, he was telling me the plan for this one is to ride Pierce until his arm falls off. He is definitely the man for the job against the Dragons. And then, in what is presumably the more dangerous matchup of the two, if the Pioneers can get out of this one, Leavenworth will take on St. Thomas Aquinas with Frank Giammalva on the mound and a fully loaded bullpen. First pitch, and again struggling with the balls as Pierce Gray misses low. Count is 1-0 now. From the stretch, swing and a miss. Cole Hayden reached aboard via the walk in his first plate appearance. This game feels like a clash between an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Both of these teams, though, feel more like the force, rolling full speed ahead. Solid seasons on the whole, as this one gets fouled away. Still giving chase is pro, but it will fall just beyond the fence and in the home bullpen. But Pittsburgh has won 3 straight, an 8-2 victory over Independence, 6-0 win over Labette County, and an 11-9 win over Nevada to close out the year. And it's definitely been needed. They started the campaign 7-12, including a painful 8-game losing streak right in the heart of their campaign. But after catching lightning in a bottle late, they come into this one. Called strike 3 from Pierce Gray, retires the side. And again, the righty out of the Dominican has put on his Houdini act. We go to the bottom of the third. Pioneers looking to scratch the scoreboard. Mason Shoemaker, the lefty, is leading things off here in inning number 3 for the Pioneers. Getting set to bunt. This one popped foul. Trying to use that lightning speed to his advantage. Shoemaker would love to flip the lineup card over with nobody gone, as Simon and the Giammalva brothers wait behind him. The 0-1 pitch is inside to even things up. Talked in the last inning about the Dragons' hot streak. Pioneers in their last 4 matchups have outscored opponents 46-3. As this one gets fouled off. The pitching has definitely done its job here today, as Pierce Gray has been nearly spotless on the mound, allowing just 1 hit and 2 walks. The bats, though, have not played their part. 2-2 offering is watched for strike 3. Backwards K for Shoemaker is the 3rd of the day for Beck Fern. And he is working it well right now. Pioneers, first 9 in the order mowed down. Still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Julian Simon will see if he can be the man to break through for this ball club. Oh, 1 to Simon. Catches the outside part of the plate, and again, Shore from behind the dish. Staying consistent with that outside strike call. 0-2 to Simon, lunging at it, pop fly into foul ground, and it falls out of the reach of Peak over there on the first baseline. So the 2-strike foul ball keeps the inning alive. Or the at-bat alive. Only 1 gone in the inning. Anthony Giammalva guaranteed an AB as the Washington Wildcats bus rolls in. That game will be up next with the Washington Wildcats taking on the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints in what would be kind to say is a lopsided matchup. St. Thomas, again, the back-to-back state champions. A little bit less dominant on the campaign this year, though, as this one gets lined out to left, and it will fall just foul. Simon was thinking extra bases off the bat, but falling in foul territory just shy of that 320 sign, and he'll get back into his box to do it again. But St. Thomas Aquinas, 18-8 on the year. Washington coming into this one, they were that team that we swept back on March 24th before UKC play began. And they come into the first round of playoffs hoping to get potentially the biggest upset in their school's history. Players believe, as this one gets sent out to second, and the throwdown retires Simon for out number 2. Two gone. And now Anthony Giammalva, who struck out looking in his first AB, is back for more. The pitch got him on the hands. They're going to say that he offered at it, as the check swing just ran inside on him. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 pitches swung on and missed. 0-2 on the Leavenworth second baseman. Check swing, did he go? Appeal down to first, they're going to say he went. Giammalva pulls the trigger for strike 3 swinging. And just like that, the Pioneers go down in order to end inning number 3. We go to the 4th in a scoreless game here in Overland Park. Here's Gray back for a 4th inning of work. And it is outside for ball 1. Gray made fast work of the lineup the first time through. Max Bush leading off the 4th. As this one gets thrown out to Phillips, and the cleanup hitter is retired. 4-3 putout. In fact, Anthony has gotten all the action in the field, as every other out has either been a putout by Pierce Gray himself or a strikeout. 1 gone. And this one lasered, but foul down the right field line. St. Thomas Aquinas getting those warm-up swings. Pioneers need to win this one. Bat's still trying to get going. No balls and one strike on Beck Fern. Ugly swing there. Can't get it. And now the count is 0-2 on the Pittsburgh pitcher. Fair tip. Collision over there at third, and Fern gets aboard on the error. Frank Giammalva and Noah Davis colliding out there in the gap, and the pop fly on the check swing. A little bit of luck going the Dragons' way. Jason Owens now stepping aboard after the E6. Davis was under that ball for a long time. Giammalva, I feel like he was just trying to do a little bit too much there. Didn't see his buddy. And after the collision, nobody comes up with the baseball. Runner on first, showing bunt, but pulling back is Owens. 1-0. Those are the kind of mistakes that you can't make if you're wanting to make a deep run. And you got to think, if you're a Pioneer fan watching this, if the pressure just got into the Pioneers' head a little bit, and if they're thinking too far ahead to the next matchup. I know I've been talking about it a lot because statistically, this one gets bunted out there. Gray trying to turn two. Throw on to first. Not in time. Beating it out for the fielder's choice, but the leadoff runner is retired. And now there's two gone. Bodie getting a little bit fired up in the dugout. But the Pioneers, the bats especially, when you're thinking too far ahead and not worried about the game at hand, it's easy to get in your head a little bit. Pioneers need to focus on staying in the moment. Pickoff down to first, not in time. More protests coming from the Pioneers side. Thankfully, this umpire is a little bit more patient than the one we had to deal with back at home on Friday. Grounded to short. Frank Giammalva fields it to his left. Flip on to second in plenty of time. And the side is retired. We go to bottom four. Pioneers still trying to get the bats going. Giammalva, Davis, and Fryman leading off the home fourth. Pioneers, home team based on record, 17-9, facing the 10-12 Dragons, but they have not looked like it today. This one gets swung out to left field. Getting back to the track is Slavins, and he will make the catch just shy of the wall. Almost hit one out of here as the defensive-only player, Jace Slavins, made a catch there just shy of the warning track. And now there's one gone. With Noah Davis, number 17, he and Giammalva had a little bit of a struggle in the field in the top half as this one gets fouled away to start the AB. Another one that just didn't fall the Pioneers' way. It feels like they're just moments away from breaking out with the Julian Simon laser down that left field line in the last inning, and then the Noah Davis missile that just couldn't find its way into fair territory, along with a few warning track power displays. Count is 0-1 on Noah Davis. One of these days, when they can get that timing figured out, could be dangerous. 0-2. Pioneers have definitely looked like the better team today, but just some sloppy play all around, not finishing out innings when they should, errors in the field, and then the offense just not getting the bats going. 0-2 inside, nearly hit him. Count is 1-2 on the third baseman. Check swing. They're going to say it was in the zone anyway, and Davis will take the long walk back with 2 gone. Heart of the order for the Pioneers has not really gotten it done today. And for a team that feels top heavy most afternoons, with 5, 6, 7, 8 coming up after Davis goes down, you got to be disappointed as another trip through the top 4 without a hit. This one out to second, 4-3, and Fryman is retired about a step away from the bag. We go to the 5th. Ball game still scoreless here at Johnson County. Inning number 5, scoreless here at Johnson County Community College. Gray from the windup misses low. And just like that, we have made it through over half this ball game, and neither side has managed to break through. For the Pioneers, that's been expected, putting Gray on the hill, someone with a 2.56 ERA. But for these Pioneer bats, they just have had no answer to Beck Fern. And they're in a shape that is more reminiscent to the second Baser Linwood game or one of those Piper games than their tear as of late. The count is 2-2 on Landon Profit, as that one misses low to make things full. The pitch misses for ball 4. That is the third free pass issued on the day by Pierce Gray. And now there's a runner aboard to lead off the inning. Now batting, Alex Hinspetter, the right fielder batting in the 9-hole. Number 12 for Pittsburgh. The pitch, pop fly, back my way falling in the grass back there. Didn't quite make it onto the street here at the community college. Beautiful campus on a beautiful day. The 0-1 grounded out to short. Backhand pick by Giamalva. Throw off balance, not in time. Infield single puts two aboard for the Dragons. Dugout on that third base side finally starting to get fired up. And now the top of the order is due up. Coach Thamer going out there to have a chat with his righty. Looks like just a discussion over there as Bodie remains seated right where he's at. Looks like just a chance to calm down the nerves as he's done a good job working deep into counts. He went full with Profit before getting the weak contact he was looking for on Hinspetter, but with Frankie Giamalva having to make the play so far to his right, there was really no opportunity to get an out. Count is even. Krogan waiting for the first pitch of the AB. First offering called, strike one. Next one. Outside, evening things up. Again, we've talked about the walk trouble all year. Something that he'd love to get in check here in the first round of playoffs. This is the stage where they ran out of gas last year, falling to St. Thomas Aquinas in their first game of the regional playoffs. As that one is a strike. Here they need to win one just to get there. Next game here in the regional will be the 9-win Washington Wildcats with the 18 victory St. Thomas Aquinas Saints. 2-2 offering swung on and missed. That one, the momentum from Krogan carried him all the way into the opposing batter's box. And just like that, there's one away. Mound visit from Thamer seemed to do its job. Now with one away, still the danger with the scoring position threat. Pioneers need to get a W to keep their season alive. With one gone. Gray working from the stretch here, keeping a close eye on that runner at second. The pitch catches the outside corner. That home plate umpire has loved giving the advantage to the defensive side on anything on that right half of the plate. 1-1. That one a little bit too far outside of what he'd call a strike. Pioneers still need to get a run. Pitching has looked good here today. 3-1 now. As Cash O'Brien is trying to work the bases loaded with the heart of the order behind him. O'Brien, the shortstop, batting in the 2 spot. The 3-1. Up and in, and they are loaded up for Cole Hayden. He's walked and he's struck out today. Yet to record a base knock. But Gray with 2 walks already in the inning. Hayden might not even need to put the ball in play to score a run. Double play in order. Pioneers would love to get one of those here. First pitch popped up out to center. Fryman giving chase, and that one is in the gap for extra bases. Rounding third and coming home to score. The throw into third is not in time, and it will go all the way to the dugout, staying put where he is. And the bases clearing triple has the Pioneers' season in danger as 3 come across to score for the Dragons. Cole Hayden proving to the Pioneers why he belongs in that heart of the order. And just like that, the line is closed on Pierce Gray. Justin Bodie going out there to the mound to pull his starter. Pioneers are going to have to find a way to send 3 across. But for now, we'll take a quick break. Braden Shoemaker out of the bullpen, trying to limit the damage here. First offering is ball 1. So after a pitcher's duel where it just felt like someone was going to have to come through eventually, this one gets sent out to third. Throw to the plate. Simon beats him with plenty of time, and now there's 2 gone. Dragons get a runner aboard. Good throw down from Davis. But now the Pioneers, who were hopeful to get a rematch with St. Thomas Aquinas, the private school who is back-to-back state champions, and en route to doing so, took down the Pioneers last year. They now have to fight for their lives against Pittsburg. just to keep the season alive. Shoemaker, yet to allow an earned run this year, right now trying to clean up after Pierce's mess. Runner aboard. But after Gray walked the bases loaded with a walk infield single and then the walk with 2 aboard, making things loaded, Cole Hayden lined a triple into the gap that blew this game wide open. Two gone now. Shoemaker responsible for that runner at first. The pitch swung on out to short. Giammalva will take it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side, but not before the Pittsburg Dragons break through. We go to the home fifth. Pittsburg 3, Leavenworth nothing. Pioneers trail by 3 in an elimination game. Carter Pro leading off the bottom of the 5th. Final line on Gray. 4 and a third innings pitched, 3 earned runs. And Shoemaker, after retiring the side, I assume, will be coming back out to pitch. Noah Davis is out there in the bullpen getting warmed up, as the 1-1 offering is in there for a strike. Out to second, 4-3 put out, retires the leadoff hitter. And there's one away. This really did feel like the year everything came together for the Pioneers. They just want to keep on playing baseball deep into May and potentially make a run for state if they can get a win over Aquinas. Foul ball to lead off the AB. But the senior class of 26, the winningest class in Leavenworth history across all 4 years. And the sophomore class behind them, I mean, this year's juniors also look good, but the big bats of Davin Kuntz and Oliver Rambo are going to lead this program into the future, along with some mainstays on the JV squad. But in their senior farewell, it's going to give the underclassmen a tall task to work up to. Count is 2-1 on Davin Kuntz. From the windup, called strike to even things up. Beck Fern has been absolutely dominant today. He has 4 5 strikeouts on Pioneer bats. Looking for number 6 here. Called, strike 3 looking. And Kuntz gets set down for out number 2. Aaron Phillips, he was a strikeout victim in his last AB. Getting a chance to bat with 2 gone in the 5th. Shoemaker, the 9-hole hitter behind him. After a little bit of trouble in the first with walks, this one gets lined out to second. And just like that, Fern has retired 13 in a row. Pioneers getting no hit here in Overland Park. We go to the 6th. Pittsburg 3, Leavenworth nothing. Owens, Peak, and Profit set to be Noah Davis's competition here in the top of the 6th. First offering from Davis, up and in, ball 1. Davis comes in relief of Shoemaker, who did his job and got 2 quick outs. Pierce Gray, still in the ballgame, moves out to third. Two-0. Inside for ball 3. And just like the man before him who started this ball game, Davis running into some trouble finding the strike zone. 4-pitch walk puts a runner aboard to start off the 6th. And the bottom half of the order has been just as dangerous as the top here for Pittsburgh. Good outing from Gray up until that 5th that proved to be deadly. Thamer having that conversation with him, but didn't have the desired effects. Bodie left him out there just a bit too long, and the 3rd trip through the lineup proved to be 3 too many. Count is 1-1 on Keaton Peak. Finally, Davis is getting something in there for a strike. Runner on first. The pitch. Outside for ball 2. He was just on the mound on Friday, starting in his final home game as a senior. This one gets fouled away. He's also done plenty with the bat as he's second on the team in homers behind just Frank Giammalva. Keeping a close eye on the runner. He comes home with it. Swing and a miss. Retires Peak. And just like that, there's one away. Runner aboard, still threatening, but now with one down, Davis trying to settle in. Landon Profit, the righty. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He walked in his last plate appearance. First pitch to Profit. Missed for ball 1. Not getting that call. Good frame job by Simon, but not good enough to fool the ump. The pitch. Swung on. Right back to the mound. That got Davis on the leg. From his buttocks, and he can't make the play. Throw beat him, but Phillips just couldn't quite come up with it on the short hop. And the infield single, more tough luck for the Pioneers. And Davis looks a little bit shaken up out there, taking a lap. Second infield single already. The one in the top of the 5th, as Bodie will go out there to check on him. And thankfully, he's all right. Just getting himself stretched out. Shore, the crew chief, giving Davis a few warm-up pitches as he is recovering from that scary line drive. We'll take a quick break. Four to nothing ball game. Insurance run for Pittsburgh. Off the bat of Alex Hinspetter. And now the deficit is 4. Great play out there by Gabe Fryman, though, to get the ball back in. Kept a level head and got the out where he knew he could make it because Owens had as the pitch will come in from Davis. Good job coming back after that sharp liner right back at him. Count is 1-1 on Christian Krogan. Leading off. Swing and a miss to make it a 2-strike count. Davis trying to close out the inning. The earned run does belong to him. from the stretch. Watches one inside for a ball. Davis trying to retire the side. The 2-2 with 2 gone. Coming home with it. Pop fly back into the netting behind home plate. And we'll do it again. Count is even on Krogan. Giammalva dancing around out there at second. Davis elects to just come to the plate. And now it is full. Cash O'Brien waits on deck. Davis doesn't want to get that far. The 3-2 from number 17. Called strike 3 to end the inning. Pittsburg gets another runner across, but nothing more. Pioneers running out of time here in the first round of the Acacia 5A regional playoffs, with Shoemaker, Simon, and Anthony Giammalva due up. Big Mace on to lead off, bottom of the 6th. A little bit of a delay here, trying to make sure they have all the balls they need. Now we're ready to go. Fern started things off. Count is 2-0 on Shoemaker. Called strike. 2-1 on number 2. Story of the ballgame thus far has been a pitching matchup that's just leaned a little bit further in the direction of purple. The pitch is outside. Both pitchers matched each other frame for frame through the first 4 before his offense, as that one fouled away to keep Shoemaker alive. Fern's offense really broke through for him in top of the 5th with a walk, single, walk, and then a bases clearing triple off the bat of Cole Hayden being the difference thus far. Shoemaker aboard with a leadoff walk, and now with a man aboard, Julian Simon. He's due today. 0 for 2 so far. Pioneers still looking for their first hit of the ballgame. They've had 3 base runners aboard via the walk, but Fern has worked his way all the way into the 6th in a scoreless no-hitter. First offering to Julian Simon off the plate for ball 1. 1-0. Check down to first. Not in time. One 0 offering off the plate. Pioneers riding into this one on a 4-game winning streak. Pittsburgh has 3 consecutive W's. Called strike 1 on the outside corner. Fern working to that umpire's sweet spot. The pitch. Outside, breaking ball had a little bit too much horizontal movement on it. Couldn't catch that inside part of the plate as it runs away from Simon. And now the count is 3-1 on number 11. The pitch. Called strike 2. Full count. Shoemaker aboard at first. Anthony Giammalva waits on deck. The payoff. Outside for ball 4, and the Pioneers are in business. Back-to-back walks to lead off the inning. And now Anthony Giammalva, who has struck out twice, will have a chance to be the hero here in inning number 6 if he could keep this inning alive. Going out there to have a chat with his man on the mound. He's got his hands up saying, "Coach, I have a no-hitter. What are we doing?" The chat doesn't look like he's been pulled yet. Still holding on to that baseball, trying to negotiate his way out of it. Beck Fern. Looks like he might be staying on the mound. We'll take a quick break. Be back in a moment. So after walking to a board, an up and in fastball that got away from him will load the bases as Anthony Giammalva gets plunked on the first pitch of after the mound visit. And now Frankie Giammalva gets his chance. Nobody up in the Pittsburgh bullpen. This is Beck Fern's inning. Here comes the offering. First pitch to Giammalva in the gap, and the Pioneers bring home one. Station to station go the pinstripes. The bases remain loaded, and the Pioneers have finally broken through. Leavenworth, flashback to one of the first games we had all season. Noah Davis is just the man we want to have at the plate. First pitch to Davis is outside for ball 1. Against Hayesville campus on March 21st, Noah Davis, in a tie ball game, sent one into the seats for a grand slam. And now with the season on the line, he has them loaded up to do it again. The 2-0 is outside. Beck Fern has to put one over the plate because there are Pioneers at every base. Nowhere to put him. 60 feet and 6 inches away from another run. The pitch, called strike to keep the at-bat going. Nobody out. The bases are loaded up for number 17 from the stretch. outside for ball 4, and the Pioneers push another run across. Julian Simon touches home, and the walk continues the line moving. After walking the bases loaded, a single and another walk. 3 walks in the inning, a hit by pitch and a single. Giamalva at third, Frank Giamalva at second. Pitch to Fryman, who is batting .553 on the year. All he needs to do is throw the bat out there, get the ball beyond the infield, and we have a tie game. Inside part of the plate called for a strike. 2-1 on Fryman. Pioneers at every base. The pitch is high for ball 3. Still nobody gone. Shoemaker started the inning with a full count walk. Simon has also come in to score. Season on the line. The pitch outside for ball 4, and we have a 1-run game. And after leaving his pitcher in, head coach from the Pittsburgh side will go out there, and that might do it for Beck Fern. The line is not closed yet, as every runner belongs to Fern. Bases are loaded with nobody gone. Pioneers trailing by 1. We'll be right back. Nobody gone. Bases loaded. And who better to step into the batter's box than Mr. Clutch himself, number 7, Carter Pro. He was the face of the Pioneers in that Lansing series with the biggest moment of the season. After 7 scoreless innings from Chase Legault, Carter Pro broke through to break a scoreless tie in the 8th with a walk-off single. But could it be that he hasn't even had his biggest moment yet this year? The bases are loaded. Pioneers trail by 1. They have to win to keep their season alive, with the bottom of the order coming up. Fryman at first, Davis at second, Giamalva 90 feet away from tying this baseball game. Go-ahead run in scoring position. The pitch to Pro. Fastball misses low for ball 1. Pro, the right fielder for the Pioneers. 1-0. Inside. Cole Hayden on the mound. He started the day at third base. Moved over during the pitching change. The 2-0 pitch. Misses low for ball 3. And Carter Pro is one mistake away from making this a tie ball game. Or, if Hayden hangs one in the zone, it could get worse. The pitch, called strike 1 to keep the AB alive. Ducks on the pond. Pro just trying to get one of them to swim home. Hayden has the ball belt high from the stretch. Called strike on that outside part of the plate. He has been consistent in getting it there all afternoon. Pro trying to break through. Davin Kuntz waits on deck. The payoff. Swung on and through up the middle. Coming around third to score is Noah Davis. Fryman around third. Pro into third. He takes his turn and is in there standing. Carter Pro with an RBI triple to give the Pioneers the lead. Bases clearing, and after Leavenworth was on their deathbed, Carter Pro has resurrected this offense. Nobody out. Davin Kuntz steps up to the plate with Aaron Phillips on deck. And when it matters most, Carter Pro comes out. Full count triple, and just like that, a 6 on the scoreboard in the bottom of inning number 6 with their 7th run 90 feet away. Davin Kuntz now, as he watched the first pitch go by for a ball, this one catches the outside corner. Carter Pro found a pitch that he liked, and he did not miss it. 1-1 on Kuntz. And like we've talked about all year, me alongside Brennan Spalding, Ellie Lovejoy, Terry Matthey, every game that I've done, it just feels like Carter Pro's walk-off single against Lansing is what keeps on getting brought up. Well, I think we may have a new moment to talk about for number 7. He is probably the most humble player on this team. Never likes to talk about himself. But everyone knows that the presence he carries is something so valuable to this ball club. Called strike 3 on Davin Kuntz. And finally, for Cole Hayden, there's one away. Aaron Phillips, as the Pioneers have batted around, and now getting a chance here in the ball game, is Oliver Rambo. His first time getting to run or play the field at all since his season-ending hand surgery. Courtesy running as Carter Pro will head out to the bullpen, presumably to get ready to pitch. Aaron Phillips pulls back on the bunt for ball 1. 1-0 on Phillips. Rambo 90 feet away. Check down to third. And Oliver Rambo appealing for the balk. They're going to say he didn't make any motion to the plate. Rambo has not pitched or hit since March 24th. Getting a chance to run here. Showing bunt. This one gets down on the safety squeeze. Throw to the plate. In time for the out. Phillips goes to first as Oliver Rambo gets gunned down. And there's 2 gone. Poor execution on the bunt as he only tapped it a couple yards out there. Plenty of time for Cole Hayden to get there and make the flip to Bush behind the dish. Julian Simon taking his warm-up hacks in the on-deck circle with the catcher's gear on. Phillips taking his lead over there at first. Pitch to Simon. Outside. Finally feels like the Pioneers have figured out how to get things going in this ball game. Will be a little while until game 2. Pioneers are still going to need to close the door, whether that be with Noah Davis or Carter Pro. Pro does have a glove, and he's starting to get loose over there. 3-1 on Mason Shoemaker. Lineup has completely batted around. The pitch. Down and in for ball 4, and the onslaught will continue. Shoemaker, who got this going with the walk, walks again, and now Julian Simon, with his second appearance of the inning, will get those catchers' gear off. Jack Dunlap going to courtesy run for Aaron Phillips over there at second. Simon back cocked above the helmet. The pitch. Chopper out to third. Fielded cleanly, throw on to first. Not in time! Infield single for Julian Simon, showing off the wheels. And they are loaded again with 2 gone. Julian Simon on a routine ground ball keeps the inning alive. And Cole Hayden has had no answers out of the bullpen after the Pioneers were gasping for air through the first 5 innings of this ballgame, getting no hit by Beck Fern. They have finally broken through in a big way here. 6 runs as they hang a massive crooked number in the home 6th. Anthony Giammalva got plunked in his last AB. 0-1 on Ant-Man. This one gets hit sky high over near the batting cages. And now Giammalva, who's already struck out twice today, trying to avoid the dreaded hat trick. Frankie on deck. Bases loaded. This one grounded to third. It will get just foul. Next ball game that the Pioneers could be playing in, scheduled for approximately 6 p.m. Depending on how late St. Thomas Aquinas and Washington go. This one grounded into the third base dugout. Well, after talking smack all day, especially to Pierce Gray, 6-run inning for the Pioneers has really shut up that dugout on the third base side. Finally getting out of it is Cole Hayden, but the damage has been done. 6 come across, with 3 of them off the bat of Carter Pro. We go to the 7th. Pioneers 3 outs away from advancing to the second round of regionals. 3 outs away from a massive come-from-behind victory. And Carter Pro, after blowing up the scoreboard in the bottom of the 6th, making it a 6-4 game, with the go-ahead RBI triple, is now on the mound to try and slam the door. O'Brien, Hayden, and Bush due up to bat. The last hope for the Dragons. Count is 2-0 here in the top of the 7th. Make that 3-0. Wind's starting to pick up here in Overland Park. 3-0 is outside. 4-pitch walk leads off the inning, and the tying run is at the plate. Runner on first for Cole Hagen. Leadoff walk. Simon having a bit of a chat with the Pioneer closer. The plan for today was to ride out Pierce Gray as long as they could. That did not work the way they wanted it to, as this one goes outside. Pioneers have turned to their 4th arm of the ball game. Gray, Braden Shoemaker, Noah Davis, and now Carter Pro all getting a chance to toe the rubber, as this one is in there for strike 1. Count is 1-1 on Cole Hayden. Double play in order. Nobody gone. Pioneers will play the winner of Washington versus St. Thomas Aquinas, if they can hold on. Pittsburg has the tying run at the plate. Go ahead run on deck. 3 balls and 1 strike from Pro. Grounded out to second. 4, 6, 3. Not in time, but the Pioneers get the lead runner. There's 1 down. And after much protesting from the Pittsburgh dugout, they're saying that the second baseman never touched the bag. Umpire sticking strong to his word. And call does go in the favor of the Pioneers. Big break for Leavenworth. Lots of chants from the Pittsburgh side. Take your sunglasses off, saying he's paid by Leavenworth. I assure you, if you've watched any of our games this year, you would know that Leavenworth is not paying any umpires. Foul ball to start the AB. If we were, then some of our games might have turned out a little bit differently. Because I'm sure that bribing umpires definitely makes them want to throw your own fans out of the ball game. Miss Davis is thankfully still in attendance here today, not getting thrown out of the first inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is just the matinee. Marquee matchup coming up after the St. Thomas Aquinas Washington game. But I would say this one's had enough drama on its own. Pittsburg Dragons blowing a 4-run lead, but are trying to reclaim it here. Winner moves on to the regional championship game. Loser goes home with nothing. 1-2. The pitch inside. Jumping out of the way to avoid getting plunked there was Bush. That one gets by Simon. Wild pitch. Puts a runner in scoring position. That runner does not matter at the moment. The real threat to look out for is the man at the plate, Max Bush. He represents the tying run. Beck Fern, starting pitcher, who had 5 no-hit innings before the wheels fell off in the 6th. This one grounded to Davis over there at third. Looks back the runner, throw on to first. In time for the out! And just like that, there are 2 away. More protests, more groans from the third base side. Head coach going out there. Entire third base side of Johnson County's ballpark is screaming at the umpires. Every single baseball mom wearing purple is livid. And now the Dragons are down to the final out of their season. This game has had absolutely everything in it. How can you not be entertained? Still chirping over there on the third base side. And now, Beck Fern, who started the game on the mound, is the last chance this team has. Carter Pro, who put the nail in the coffin with the bat against Beck Fern, now has a chance to close the ball game out against the same pitcher. Count is 2-1. This game, not without controversy, has had everything, and the Pioneers trying to escape Pittsburgh by the skin of their teeth. 2-1. Grounder to short. Giammalva to first. In time for the out. And the Pioneers, for the first time, are advancing to the regional championship game. After falling in the first round to St. Thomas Aquinas last year, have a potential rematch set up as Carter Pro plays the hero here today. Noah Davis gets credited with the win. Pierce Gray started on the mound for the Pioneers, but Carter Pro slams the door with the save. That will do it on the season for Pittsburgh, as they fought hard but ultimately couldn't hold on to a 4-0 lead. We will be back in about 3 to 4 hours for the Pioneers to take on either the Washington Wildcats or the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints. But for now, I'm David Kemp, and this game, what a roller coaster, man. Final score, Leavenworth 6, Pittsburgh 4.